Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day or night or whatever it is for you. I just wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about what I would like to call a bunch of Uncle Ruckuses and how the media's plan of making certain people look like buffoons is being carried out. And so, you guys have heard me say multiple times that I will show you things happen before they happen. So, Terrence Howard was just on Joe Rogan's show 5 days ago. When he was on Joe Rogan's show, he was on there with the man whose last name I can't remember, but I've got it in my community page. I just shared it. And he's a Jewish man. In the midst of the show, they basically make Terrence Howard look like an ass. Well, I spoke on this a couple days later. I actually spoke on this like a month, however long ago, but I spoke on it 2 days late or a couple days later, and the video is called Life is Good, or The Simple Life, in my live videos. I was talking about Terrence Howard. I was talking about how they're going to make Terrence Howard look like an ass and completely obliterate his character. A day and a half, 2 days later, the Hodge twins, one of the biggest anti-African American platforms on the planet, came out talking about Terrence Howard and all this stuff about how Terrence Howard is a buffoon and nothing he says makes sense. And then they go on to talk about Caucasians constantly. Oh, this black man tearing apart white mathematics and white science and woo-woo. But in the midst of them trying to explain, and what's ironic is, the video that I had made 2 days ago called The Simple Life was explaining mathematics in terms of addition, multiplication, and then I was explaining how they are going to make Terrence Howard look like an ass. Not only a day later, all these anti-black platforms are destroying Terrence Howard now. So the reason I thought it was funny is because I also shared a video on Sarah's page, and you can catch this on Joe Rogan's page, of Neil deGrasse Tyson, an African American, completely obliterating Joe Rogan in simple speech. He didn't go attack Joe Rogan. This man is so smart that he made Joe Rogan seem like an ape. But what does everybody in the media exemplify? Terrence Howard and the Lotus Flower and 1 times 1 and 1 plus 1. I told you what they're doing. It doesn't matter how many scientific innovations. I will see them talk about African Americans and gay people and people of different races and creeds all day long. As soon as I seen somebody say YT, which is white, in some comments, and the commenters lost their mind. Oh, you talk about whites, white. All the comments in the Hodge twins comment section are pure buffoonery, clowning the African American civilization. So I think it's funny because I literally said this was finna happen, and then a day later it starts to happen. So, you know what I mean? I witnessed something crazy too. CNN is crucifying Biden right now. Never done this to CNN has faithfully stuck with Democratic candidates for a long time. I said a few days ago, actually I said almost like 2 weeks ago, I've been calling Trump out and talking about how him and the conservatives are acting like far-right wing Nazis right now. So then all of a sudden I said Biden's probably going to drop out of the race and Kamala's going to be the first black president, African-American woman president. Now all of a sudden CNN is crucifying Biden and talking about how they need a new advocate. But people can be like, oh, conspiracies, woo. But it's all in my videos. The reason I am not getting publicity and publishing or anything, the same reason they tried to excommunicate John Core Books, is because we're telling the truth. When you shine a light on this buffoonery, they want you to attack the gays. They want you to attack African Americans, whether it be black men or black women. Because some of the most calm and people I've ever met in real civilization, not on the media, are gay people and African Americans and people of Asian descent. But what does the media show? Communist China, African Americans are bad, the gay community, blah, blah, blah. That's all they know how to do. They attack people and don't know how to think for themselves because they watch these news stations. I'm seeing people attack African Americans left and right. Then I'll look up the cases or whatever's going on, and I'll see tons of Caucasians doing 100,000 times worse. But the only ones that get attacked are us. Of course, they don't want Kamala to be the first African American woman president, because then an African American woman president was before a Caucasian woman president, and then it would continually show that we are the leaders in the forefront of things. You see, why is Trump considered the best president ever? And this dude talked about grabbing women by the vaginas. He talked about sending all these people out of America, even though he's the grandson of a German immigrant. He's talking about how immigrants are bad and all this other buffoonery. He has robbed multiple businesses, Trump has. Multiple businesses. He has lawsuits out for many contractors. But no, what do people do? Obama's bad. Beautiful education, beautiful family and wife, trying to give people health care and change the world, but that's bad. How's that bad? That's not bad. People, and then they'll go give out Bible scriptures. They'll trade the bad for good and the good for bad and blah, blah, blah. Not understanding the true or understanding the true nature of anything that's happening or going on. And so this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. The media, all this black that, gay this, gay that, you religious people talking about homosexuals in the book of Leviticus. Be quiet. They don't know what they're talking about, and they're talking from men's perspective from thousands of years ago, put together by men from 1,000 years ago, to get men now to be robots for men from thousands of years ago. I've been listening to this. I think her name is Danita or something like that. She's got a page, and I've been sharing some of her stuff on my community page. And she's sharing all types of real archaeological African history and evidence from before any of this Semitic and European crap. The Neptala Empire or the Neptala something. These civilizations were like 6,000 BC, and then from 9,000 to 6,000 BC were all type of other civilizations even before the Kemet, deep in Africa. And she's given a lot of this information with African history. And so I appreciate Danita for doing that. Sarah, he's gone to the other side and come back to us talking about African history and stuff. Also, the amazing Lucas is advocating too. You know, people doing amazing things trying to help the community be built back up, because they were trying to tear us on top of the heads from before. And, you know, I've been doing a lot of research in terms of scientific studying. And when I say that, I'm not saying I'm a physical scientist. What I'm saying is I've been learning from my own perspective, actual information and stuff in terms of medical science and science. I was on a panel a couple of nights ago, and I told people that I had COVID and pneumonia at the same time. And before I could even tell them about my fungal infection that I had in my lungs, histoplasmosis, they were like, this one guy on the panel who has all this information and knowledge about the military, he gets on there and goes, you had histoplasmosis? Or he said, you had COVID and pneumonia, you should be dead. How is that possible? He was giving all this medical advice, and I'm like, brother, are you from the 1940s? Pneumonia? I mean, of course, if I'm older, but what are y'all talking about? It's like people are stuck in time, and then this propaganda now, it's like, oh, get everybody into politics and American government. Woo, no, the American government is going down. This is our job, time to have fun. I'm not saying be irresponsible, but what do you? So people will be like, what are African Americans going to do for the blah, blah, blah? What do you mean, what are we going to do? What power, what resources, what corporations, institutions? Tyler Perry and Oprah, go talk to them and let me know what happens. It ain't our job to fix nothing. People are like, oh, the economy's falling in bricks and the dollar and blah, blah, blah. When have we ever had money? So why are we getting concerned about it? People are like, if you don't fix this country, fix it from what? We got fixed with devices on our faces and couldn't speak African languages anymore. We got whipped and destroyed. And then when I speak on this, oh, let's run. He's talking the truth. I don't give a fuck. Well, how are we going to fix anything? I don't have billions of dollars. I don't have lobbyists and political affiliations with the Democrat Party. I appreciate what Martin Royland and all these other, even that one guy, Anthony I shared him, but I took him off my page. Anthony Logan or something like that. He's got the American flag, always talking about 1776. Brother, you are lost. He was like, black people don't deserve reparations. Then another guy named Vosh, I was into him for a long time because he was giving righteous advice. Then this guy named Vosh something, he's like, African Americans don't deserve reparations. Why do y'all keep fucking talking about us? We don't have nothing to do with y'all. We don't deserve reparations, but y'all want us to fix the country. We don't deserve reparations, but y'all want us to go vote. We don't deserve reparations, all this other stuff y'all call it, But y'all want us to go do this. The Hispanics are going to take over. Then let them have this fucking way. What does it have to do with me? I didn't have no money before. I'm not about to have no money now. And I probably won't have no money in the future based on their system. So why do I care? I'm going to go vote and worry about Biden or Trump. The fuck? Am I going to get less poor? Are my ancestors going to come back to life? Y'all are playing in their matrix system. Who fucking cares if their political system falls? Their political system enslaved us in the first place. Learn science, mathematics, real shit. Because then I'll listen to the Hodge twins clown Terrence Howard about mathematics, and they don't know it themselves. Oh, I don't understand. I'm confused. Wait, let me do and trying to add stuff up. The same thing I was doing in my video a day ago. But now they don't know what they're talking about. I'm telling you, people are stepping on a mountain, and nobody wants to listen to their brother because I'm not a black Hebrew Pharisee Israelite that wants to go punch Caucasians in the face. Y'all need to wake up. That type of shit is not going to heal the world. Because if you're talking about the word and spirits, that's what got you all in this problem in the first place. These Semitic European religions. You guys who talk about the God of Shem is blessed. There was no pharaohs before Shem, Semitic people. Then before that, when me and Narmer tried to go all the way to Babylon and Canaan, they were sacrificing animals and eating people and eating animals alive. Cannibalism. That's why Noah, it says, don't eat of anything with lifeblood. They took African culture and legacy, then created a book called the Bible. Africans was out here doing, they were at one with, okay, so Brahma Ham, the people of Brahma or Hinduism love cows, and that was spreading all throughout the Middle East. They had cows in reverence to bulls and stuff in ancient Egypt. Me and Armor spread all these different gods and ideas around, and then people who weren't learned turned it into their own legacies and cultures. Now they give reverence to cows. Why is that? Where did that come from? All these different falcon gods and the American bald eagle and phoenix fire for the Semitic people, it's from Africa. They had languages from I'm talking about the language of Gias from 7,000 years ago. They have ancient languages from almost 10, 15,000 years ago in Africa. Longer than that. Nubian kingdoms, the Naphtala kingdom or something like that. I have to do research on it. But Africa was an ancient... If there's already pyramids and ancient carvings, I've looked at these pyramids' faces. They look like African features. And they look better than things I can carve out of plastic and clay. Stones, gems, all type of stuff. Where do crowns and gemstones and all this come from? They're talking about the Bronze Age of Mesopotamia. The beginning of language is Sumeria, Mesopotamia. Dude, if you believe that, do what you're going to do. They had medical science. Their own history says that they had brain surgeries and scalpels and scalping tools and stuff. How did the Native Americans know how to scalp? But then they have brain surgeries in ancient Mayan civilizations. So people come to different civilizations, tear everything up. Then when it's ruins, they're like, oh, we're the gods. Look what we learned. No, you're not. Look at what's happening to your political systems in Europe and in America. Europe, I think like 70% of the money is still owned by the same 12 royal families. Each of the Scots have a king. And I just shared a video talking about where does English come from, along with a lot of Danita's information from ancient ancient Africa. You guys should check the real information out, not these magical cosplay biblical stories. So, these different ancient kingdoms that were building and growing, they were beautiful. They had technology. There was plumbing in ancient Egypt. They had copper lamps and stuff that glowed because of metallography. So I'm just trying to give out a little information and teach people righteously, because people are playing with history for no reason, dude. None at all. Why lie about what happened in the past? Tell the truth. Keep it 100. All these archaeologists and different people are trying to tell the truth, but their funding gets cut, their books get shut down, their publications get shut down. But then you all can go steal an African story, these religious people, and not pay no reference to Africa or the forefathers or anybody that's actually giving people knowledge and information. So keep playing with Yahweh. Keep playing with Jesus. Because Yahweh and Yeshua, which is French, is I am who I am. And Yeshua is I am. These Germans who created Jesus. That's what the Romans said. No, they didn't. This is English. And if you all want to thank somebody for translating English, creating newer English, newer English, translating Hebrew, Aramaic, all that stuff, Greek, William Tyndale. That man is a giant. He is a legacy. To me, that's the sixth angel and the sixth seal that comes down from the sun and gives a little scroll. He's the one that translated the Ten Commandments when the Pope wouldn't give it to nobody because it was in Latin. Oh, King James, Martin Luther. Y'all are following copywritten kings. William Tyndale put YHVH all in that Bible in Jehovah. And he translated it. King James and Martin Luther destroyed his legacy and started playing with words like Jesus and all this other stuff. So, sus is Latin for pig. The man's name from what I have from written language was Yehohanan ben Hagkol. That's John, son of the anointed one in this language. John and Juan, or Yehohanan and Yehanan, means I am gracious. Yeshua, which is a combination of Yeha and Shua, is I am gracious salvation. So, all these religious leaders and liars that are trying to trap y'all in cages, no. I am the Most High, you are the Most High. You say I am. I am who I am that which is. I am that which is, so who I am is righteous, pure, happy, loving, guided peacefully. You know, I just try to give out information for people. Anybody that got questions or anything, feel happy to ask me about religion, all this stuff. Political science. Why are people attacking each institution? Why do you guys see a bunch of Diddy, no Diddy, Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby? It's a system, guys. And people will hear me say that and be like, he's for African American. I'm trying to help the Caucasians. You all too. Because of what they're doing is, look at a plantation. A plantation was for slaves. The British were slaves to the Anglos a long time ago. It keeps switching. And then what they do is they make it pretty. So now there's corporation plants and 9 to 5s, and you have to follow or you lose your job and be homeless and die, damn near, so to speak. Not die, but now look how that stemmed from plantation. But nobody wants to hear me. They don't listen. Calm down. That's their destiny. Let them go play in the fucking ocean. You're steadily pulling out people who want to learn, and the people who are learning are thankful. I promise you. Thank you for those kind words. So even like I tell people, each of us have a voice of reason. Psychology might try to call it schizophrenia. Philosophy might try to say, oh, those are demons and you gotta blah, blah, blah. Religion will say those are demons and if you don't bow to Jesus Christ, you're gonna blah, blah, blah. The Greeks took a bunch of African stuff, created philosophy. When they took philosophy, they mixed it into the Torah. When they mixed it into the Torah, they created Greek pharaohs, philosophy. When they created pharaohs, philosophy, and Pharisees, they started attacking the original Israelis, whatever they were called, Palestinians, Persians, Babylon, whatever. Then the Romans came and attacked the Greeks and the Israelis and the Palestinians. Then when that happened, they created Catholicism. You guys looking for a magical Christ all the time, it's John the Baptist. Every time I say John the Baptist was crucified, everybody tells me John the Baptist was beheaded. Okay, like I said, all I can do is give information. John the Baptist was the Christ. John the Baptist was the Lord. He was the one that was crucified. I'm not saying he's Lord of all of us. I'm saying he was the first one that was resurrected after everybody else was dead through the Spirit with his lying fake religions. He came out with Christ consciousness. I do what I will, but I do the will of love and peace and kindness. Because many people came out doing what the fuck they want, and they were oppressors and psychopaths, like their forefather Mean Narmer, who decided to take African culture using Mayat, spread it all throughout the world, and then they all became pagans. So, you know, all I can do is try to give information and help free people from the cages they were in. When I say cages, I'm just talking about spiritual or psychological or the consciousness that was being harmed by false teachings before. And now there can be truth and knowledge. Because they're going to keep attacking African Americans no matter what you do or say. Because what they're going to do is they're going to take all of your good information and advice, then anything ghetto you do, they're going to plaster that everywhere and call you a fucking monkey. I'm telling you, that's what they're doing. That's what they're using Terrence Howard for right now. That's what they use people like Brittany Garner for. They'll say, oh, we love weed, make it legal. Then when she goes over there with CBD, oh, that criminal. I don't. That's what they did with George Floyd, Trayvon Martin after being shot by this dude, and now the dude is signing Skittles. So enjoy your life. You can get away from all this supremacy, this psychotic bullshit, this African American, oh, I gotta be hippity hop. No. If you like hip hop and that type of stuff, okay. But you want to follow people into stupidity on these streets, you know what I'm talking about. So enjoy your lives. Enjoy what you can have, what you do have. Be a blessing to yourself and others. Love who I am with all your heart and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. So love yourself with all your heart and soul. Love your neighbor as yourself. What I mean is you start to get thoughts that are negative, just filter through it. So I'll give you an example. People say, you can't do that to -2. Okay. If a million people are talking shit to you and you can't get away from it, you still survive through that, don't you? So why is it any... People are fucking themselves over mentally and act like they don't have no power. But that's what the institutions want us to believe. They want us to think that we are dumb so that way they can be powerful. That's why I tell people all the time, I get heat from everybody. I go to try to help the Caucasian community, African Americans and Asians. Oh, what about their ancestors? I go to try to help African Americans. Oh, he's a racist. He only loves his own culture. I go to try to help Asians. What can I say? They have already been indoctrinated with all this other stuff. So then when I come through, because I'll run into two type of Asians. I'll have Asians that just love the Caucasian community, which is fine, whatever you're going to love. But then they stomp African Americans and act better, all holier than now. Uncle Ruckuses. Then you got Asians that go so far into hip hop in the hood that they can't be reached by any other. It's like there's no balance. You don't have to be in a hood. You don't have to be in somebody's trailer park. You don't have to be in somebody's group. That's what I mean when I say that. You can be in your own home, your temple, whoever you are. You know what I mean? So that's why I tell African Americans, don't be discouraged. Stay strong. Who cares? They're going to make fun and talk crap anyway. That didn't stop Obama. He did his thing. Caucasians, be strong. You stand up for other people and they attack you, oh fucking well, they attack us too. Welcome to the club. You're in the barbecue now. You're at the cookout. Asians. Dude, so not all Asians are the same, but this whole shit y'all just pull with affirmative action in the colleges, like you can tell somebody something like what I'm doing now. So African Americans, oh, stop playing. If you take affirmative action out of this stuff, they're going to smack you over the head. You're not going to get in the schools. Legacy students, they're not going to let minorities in. You think Asians are the top scoring people. They got rid of affirmative action. And now I see all type of videos from Asians talking about, oh, it's not fair. I can't get in. I'm not rich. I'm not a legacy student. I'm not blah, blah, blah. Is it the African Americans' fault you're not getting in now? But people don't listen. They want to act so strong and go head first into something. Then after it's over with, they still look to blame you. So I don't even know, man. After what happened to India, what the UK did, after what America did to the Chinese and the Japanese, I don't know how any of you guys are so pro Germany and Britain and the Anglo. I don't understand it. I'm not saying hate them, but y'all, I gotta be in their nice neighborhoods and then they're blah blah blah. Y'all went from Buddha and Enlightenment and Gandhi. Y'all come to America, oh, none of the self-sacrificial stuff matters anymore. I'm going to be in this group and that group, and I'm cool and I'm hip, and I'm going to be rich with all these people, or I'm going to be a gangster with all these people. People come to America and lose their whole train of thought. This happens in many places in the world. So, I just want y'all to understand that the more y'all clown African Americans, that shit's going to come back on y'all. And if you can't get out of this racist buffoonery, because the Hodge twins, I don't know how they can still talk about some of the stuff they talk about on YouTube. Because y'all fervently protect the Jewish community, but the Hodge twins are just out here talking crazy. I read all their comments and it's in their DNA. Oh, where's all the black fathers? Oh, where's the black? Those criminals. I understand why the cops are tired of those blah, 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 ooh, ahs. But man, let me go start talking about Jewish people like that and see if I don't get fucking arrested. So, life is life. Enjoy what you got. You got a mouthpiece to talk or information to write down, do it. Express your story. Express your life. Enjoy life. I am who I am. I am sent me. I am that which is, and so are you. Be thou free and enjoy life.